Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome back to Some Real Talk. I'm your host, Maya Vanette. Now, if you're watching this, let me be the first to say congratulations, because that means you made it through October 2020. But don't spend too long patting yourself on the back, because we're about to take a seat and run through some of the most shocking, surprising, and explosive headlines of October 2020. But before we do, if you like anything you hear in this video, consider hitting that subscribe button down below so you never miss a beat with our weekly rundowns. Let's get into it. All right, in true 2020 fashion, the month of October came out swinging. On the very first day, President Trump took to Twitter that night to announce that he and the First Lady Melania Trump had contracted coronavirus. Now, after a brief stay at Walter Reed Medical Facility, the president was released within a few days, but not before he was given an experimental antibody cocktail and a drug that's supposedly reserved for only the worst cases of COVID-19. Now, the First Lady later revealed that Barron Trump, one of the first sons, also contracted coronavirus, but they've all since recovered. Also, with the elections, Kamala Harris and Mike Pence faced off in their debate this month, but let's be real, it was the fly on Mike Pence's head who stole the show. The very next week, former Vice President Joe Biden and President Trump were scheduled to debate against each other, but when the commission said that the debate was going to be virtual as a result of the president just getting over coronavirus, he said, not today, and decided to host a town hall after his opponent Joe Biden said that he would be hosting a town hall. The two town halls competed for ratings, with Biden's town hall ultimately ending up more successful. The very next week, we got back to some normalcy with the final presidential debate, Biden versus Trump. Voters and viewers say they were split on who won the debate, but hopefully you're not too split on who you're voting for, because Election Day is this week. This year, voters seem to be more enthusiastic than ever to head to the polls and make their votes count, because over 90 million people have either voted by mail or through early voting this year. Now, to put that into perspective for you, that's 65% of the total ballots cast in 2016, and we're not even at Election Day yet. Now, lines at the polls are going to be long on Tuesday, but this one woman has got her voting strategy down pat. Check her out.
Okay, guys, I'm going over here and get my judge. I got my grown folks hair on. I got my savage clothes on. I'm ready for this damn heat, and I'm ready for these people, because I'm going to vote. And to stop me, not this sun, not this heat. And y'all need to go on and get y'all judge and get y'all vote on, because let me show you. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm going to get my damn judge. They could stand out there for 15 hours. I got my chair. They could stand out there for 24 hours. I got my snacks. I ain't going to play with these hoes. I'm going to vote. And I said, you go vote too.
Well, some of us are excited just like her. Others of us are bracing for what's to come. Macy's flagship store in New York is boarding up their doors, as well as Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. Now, the city announced that the iconic street would be closed to cars and pedestrians on Election Day and the day after, as people begin to prepare for civil unrest if the election outcome isn't favorable to certain groups. But no matter what happens, this has been an election cycle for the books, and former Vice President Joe Biden is trying to end it off strong. He's taking President Barack Obama and living legend Stevie Wonder on the campaign trail with him. Now, I must admit, Joe, this is a pretty good strategy, because if there's one thing Obama knows how to do, it's get people excited. And if there's another thing he knows how to do, it's play some basketball. Check out this video.
That's what I do.
From former presidents to current TV shows, SNL had their season premiere in October. So far, musical guests and hosts this season have included Chris Rock, Megan Thee Stallion, Adele, Issa Rae, and John Mulaney. And congratulations are also in order to SNL star Colin Jost. He married actress and Avenger Scarlett Johansson in October. Now, from one Avenger to three, it was announced that the three Spider-Mans of my lifetime at least would be teaming up for the next Spider-Man movie. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are joining in Spider-Man 3, starring the youngest Avenger, Tom Holland. Now, a release date for this epic film hasn't been set yet, and we don't know whether or not Tobey and Andrew will be reprising their roles as Spider-Man, but either way, I can't wait to watch. What about you? Who's your favorite Avenger? Oh, and speaking of releases, it was a big month for Beyonce fans. The singer announced this month that she would be dropping her Ivy Park Part 2 collection at the end of the month, and when it dropped, it dropped. The collection sold out within a matter of hours, minutes in certain countries. If there's one thing Beyonce knows how to do, it's get a bag. A well-deserved bag, might I add. More releases this month. Ariana Grande released her 6th studio album entitled Positions, and Drake announced on his 34th birthday, which was also in October 2020, that he would be releasing his 6th studio album entitled Certified Lover Boy come January 2021. Now, while I am excited for this album, we gotta make it to January 2021 first. The United States reported its 5 highest days of reported coronavirus cases ever within an 8-day period in October 2020. Now, the worst day for coronavirus in any country in the entire world came on Friday, October 30th, when the United States broke a worldwide record, reporting over 99,000 cases in one day. This also comes as we're witnessing the onset of flu season. A California man is now the first person recorded in the country to have contracted both the seasonal flu and the coronavirus at the same time. There's no word on his medical condition, but living legend Sean Connery, aka the original James Bond, passed away this week. Connery was 90 years old, and as a result of his career spanning over 40 years, he was a Golden Globe recipient and an Oscar winner. And one more loss. Now, back in August, when the world lost the legendary Chadwick Boseman, aka Black Panther, we found out that he had been battling cancer in secret to much of the public. We found out this month that his brother Kevin has also been battling cancer behind closed doors. But Kevin reports being in remission for the past 2 years, so congratulations to him. Some of the biggest breaking news happening this month. So a juror in the Breonna Taylor case came forward and shared their experience. Now, the juror revealed that Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, who was in charge of this case, never even gave the jury homicide charges to consider, which is why the only officer charged, Brett Hankison, was charged with wanton endangerment for the shots he fired at the wall and not the shots he fired at Breonna Taylor. But later in the month, another officer who was there the night Breonna Taylor lost her life, Jonathan Mattingly, announced that he would be suing Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, claiming that Mattingly suffered emotional distress as well as assault and battery the night Kenneth Walker witnessed his girlfriend being killed right next to him. But hopefully something that's less controversial, this month we found out that Britney Spears' iconic song Toxic was actually meant for singer Janet Jackson. Now, I'm Team Britney on this one. I think she was the best one to end up with this song, but let me know down in the comments below if you think Janet Jackson could have sung Toxic better. Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett is now Supreme Court Justice Coney Barrett, after what many are considering to be a rush proceeding in the Senate. In an effort led by Mitch McConnell and a vote along very strict party lines, Amy Coney Barrett is now a Supreme Court justice. From one controversy to another, while many are torn on whether or not Amy Coney Barrett should have been sworn in so close to an election, another thing we're torn on is who did Halloween best. The iconic holiday looked a little different in most neighborhoods this year, with many kids not going trick-or-treating as a result of COVID-19 safety measures put in place in many major cities across the world. However, that didn't stop your favorites from dressing up. Here are some of my favorite costumes from the 2020 Halloween cycle. Rapper Sweetie went as Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle from Destiny's Child in the Bootylicious video. Artist The Weeknd went as the Nutty Professor, and a very realistic one, might I add. Singer Monica killed it as the werewolf version of Michael Jackson from the Thriller video. Ciara and her oldest son went as Cardi B and Offset went as Jim Carrey from the iconic film The Mask. And wrapping things up just as fast as Halloween came and went is just how fast Mariah Carey announced that it's the start of Christmas season. Check this out. It's time. Well, forget November, I guess. Mariah Carey has spoken. So let me be the first to say, Merry Christmas. And that's a wrap for today's show. I'm your host, Maya Vanette. As always, thank you so much for watching. October 2020 was another explosive one, so let me know what you thought of it down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button. Until next time, keep it real.